All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is when you watch this video, just make it apply. Yeah, I'm back. I said this year that I was going to be a little bit more consistent with these readings, so that's my goal. Today, this is going to be a love reading for the sign of, or no, I'm not doing signs, I forgot, I'm doing the element. So this is going to be the element of wind. So this is going to be for my Geminis, this is going to be for my Libras, as well as my Aquarius. And so I am gonna do them just straight back to back. That's how I'm gonna start doing my readings from now on. Make sure you guys check out my website www.rashadking.com so that you can order your book. My book that I just published, The Emerging Butterfly, is all about spiritual awakening. All right, so this is going to be love. The first up is Gemini. I always start with Gemini because I'm a Gemini myself, so I'm always like, what's going to come out?
Americans under 64 are
commercials.
to a one-time treatment of up
Let
to
me skip this.
$1,400.
Just play the music. All right, what is the crowning energy? And this is for the month of March. What is the crossing energy? Thank you, Goon. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Thank you, Ancestors. Thank you, Sarabanda. Thank you, Risha. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Oladumare. Thank you, Olaroon. Thank you, Olafi. Let's see. What are we going through on Gemini? What is the crowning energy? Okay. What is the challenge? What is the challenge for Gemini? Concerning love. This is all about love. What is Gemini? All right, card at the bottom of the deck. All right, so Gemini. This is actually, I guess I can say it's a good reading for you. Your overall energy. You have the Five of Wands in reverse, and it's reminding you that you need to avoid conflict. So you could have been going through a breakup, a separation with somebody, and Spirit is saying right now, you need to stay put. You don't need to, contact this person. You don't need to move forward with this person because it's all about avoiding conflict for you now. And so even your crossing energy, you have the Ace of Pentacles, which is all about abundance and manifestation. It talks about opportunities coming in, and it talks about new ventures. The one thing about these energies is it's very rare for the overall energy and the crossing energy to complement one another, even though they can. Normally, it's always a challenge. It's a fight between the two energies of what is trying to take the main place in your life. And that's what the crowning energy is for. The crowning energy is saying, okay, this is what's going to break this tie. This is what you need to do immediately in order to solve this dilemma. And so it's saying that you got two things going on, which it lets me know that you are stuck in the past, that you are stuck on somebody. Because the cards is reminding you, your overall energy is saying you need to stay in your power and you need to accept your loss and you need to move on concerning love. Because it's saying that new things is coming in for you. New things is going to come in if you just stay focused on, healing, moving on. And it's like, don't text this person, don't call this person, don't reach out to this person, don't allow this person back in your energy. The best thing that you can do for yourself, Gemini, is to move on. And it's the fact that when the cards have to remind you to avoid conflict, that means you're willing to go into conflict. That means you are like, oh, hell no. Nigga, you didn't do this to me and think you're going to get away with it. And it's like, okay, Gemini, calm it down. Spirit is saying that you need to avoid conflict at all costs, which means you don't need to argue with this person. You don't need to debate this person. You don't need to allow them to manipulate you, deceive you, and trick you in any type of way. It's saying let this be done in this phase and let it be. Because it's time for you to go into something new. And you're never going to go into anything new. Keep holding on to old energy. And so now here comes well, before I even talk about the crowning energy, which is saying what you need to do immediately in order to solve this dilemma, I like the setup of how everything across from each other, it talks to each other. Because even when you look at the crossing energy, the crossing energy is saying you're getting ready to go into abundance, but you're right across from it is your challenge position. And the challenge position is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is my card of that save a whole card, where the Knight of Swords just want to rush into battle, driving in order to get success, driving in order to defeat the enemies, to defeat the devil. And it's saying that this is your challenge. You know, where if this is your challenge, the cards are saying, Gemini, you have tried to solve this on your own for too often. You're the one that's keep going in and saying, okay, baby, come on. We just need to talk. Let's meet up. Let's do a date night. Let's do this. And it's saying, stop doing this, that this is your challenge. Your challenge is that you keep trying to save this thing. And in order for a relationship to be saved, it takes two people. One person cannot do this on their own. And so Spirit is saying that this energy, which is in your challenge position, which is the Knight of Swords, is saying that this needs to end. Stop keep trying to rush in and put the pieces together. You are not called to put the pieces together by yourself. It's saying stop trying to rush in and apologize for things you didn't do. Stop trying to rush in and then accepting the bare minimum from your partner, and you're robbing them of the opportunity of taking accountability and responsibility. Because what is the purpose of taking accountability and responsibility in a relationship if you're just going to rush in and do everything on your own anyways? What is the point of me saying I'm sorry when if I say I'm sorry or not, you're still going to rush in and you're going to save the day? And so it's like, you know, we have to realize that when we do things like this, when we do things such as this imbalance, thank you, Spirit, because Spirit is saying that this is an imbalance. And, you know, normally we would think, well, how is this an imbalance with me wanting to save my relationship, with me wanting to save the love of my life? It's an imbalance because you are doing it on your own, and now you're robbing that person of an opportunity of change. You know, when you just rush in and you just say, oh, baby, everything is going to be okay. It's not. It's not going to be okay. Everything is not magically going to be okay because you love somebody. Things are going to be okay because we came together and we said, I'm sorry, I apologize. This is what we need to do forward in order to rectify this issue to keep it from occurring again. But how can we keep it from recurring again when we rob somebody of the opportunity of accountability and responsibility because we're handling everything on our own? This is literally a relationship of one person doing everything by themselves. And Spirit is saying, no, that needs to stop and it needs to come to an end. Your crowning energy, which is what you need to do immediately in order to solve this dilemma. You have the Page of Swords, which talks about a new idea. Something new is getting ready to come in for you, Gemini, and this could be love. You are going to have a new love, but the challenge is are you going to allow this new thing to come in? Because everything in this reading, everything in this energy is you are the type of person that you like to hold on to the things that you have, and you haven't learned how to let go. You haven't learned how to let go and to relinquish things and just put it in the mist. That's what Spirit is saying. I don't know why Spirit, I don't know. Maybe that's a saying for somebody. Because Spirit is just like, just put it in the mist. Put it out in the universe. Put it out there. And if it comes back, it comes back. But in the meantime, you have to enjoy your life. You can't stay depressed and stuck. Because I don't see a depressed and stuck energy here. I see an energy of fight. That everything in you want to fight. That you like, I want to fight for this person. I want to, go down there to where the person is, and I want to declare my love, and I want to climb up all the way to the tower and, save the princess just like the Disney movies. And it's like, Spirit is like, no. This princess is not helpless. And at any moment, she can come down from that tower and walk straight through that door and say, Gemini, come in. And it's like the audacity that somebody would make you go through that just to prove love. That's what Spirit is saying. The audacity that someone will make you climb that tower and make you bust down the window and make you fight the guards just to get that love. It's like, Spirit is like, that's not worth it. When the only thing that person had to do was reciprocate the feelings that you have and just simply go to the door and open it and say, Gemini, come in. Telling the guest in the home, this is Gemini. This is the person I'm with. This is the person I want to be with. Gemini, this reading is saying, stop fighting. Stop fighting for this love. When you have to fight this much and you have to fight this hard and you're the only one fighting, number one, you're doing a disservice to the other person. And number two, it lets you know that this is not really love because you're not even giving the other person an opportunity to see if this is really love or not. Calm it down, Gemini. Page of Swords. Something new is coming in. Something new is coming in for you. And this thing that's coming in for you, it is going to be good fortune. It is going to be good luck. It is going to be good karma. That Gemini, you could be receiving karma for this relationship that you were in. That Spirit said, I seen your struggle. I seen your pain. I seen the things that you have went through. And now because of that, I'm going to give you something good. And this thing is going to be nurturing. And this thing is going to be stable. Gemini, you got something good getting ready to come in. You have at the bottom of the deck, which is what you don't see coming. You have the Two of Swords, which talks about a difficult decision. And so that difficult decision is probably going to end up being, Gemini, that once you stop fighting and trying to save this relationship, that's when this person might end up trying to come back. But at this time, when they come back, it might be too late because the page is the beginning. It's something small, but something is coming in. So it might end up being too late for this person. All right, come on, Libra. Let's see what's in the cards for Libra. Thank you, Goon. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Thank you, Ancestors. Thank you, Sarah Bonda. Thank you, Arisha Yeshua. Thank you, Ola Dumare. Thank you, Ola Room. Thank you, Ola Fee. What is in these cards? What is in these cards for Libra? Libra, do you want to talk to me? Okay. I think you might be going through some type of breakup, Libra. What is the crossing energy? The overall energy always tell the story, and then everything else gives us all the supporting details. Libra, Libra, god damn, you going through. Libra, it just seemed like Libra, you got a lot of pain here. And it's still kind of like the same thing. It's like wind is definitely the element of movement. Wind is definitely the element of I can't stay still for shit. Because it's like, Libra, you're going through the exact same thing. This is very similar to Gemini. You're just not as intense as Gemini. But you are going through a heavy regret right now. That you are crying over spilled milk. That somebody truly broke your heart. That you are going through regret, failure, disappointment, loss, grief. That you were like, what did I do wrong? How did this end? That this could have been something extremely unexpected for you. And you are struggling to find strength. That you could be sleeping on the couch every day depressed. that you're barely making it throughout the day, that people are like, what the hell is going on with Libra? And it's because there's some type of teamwork that ended. There's some type of teamwork that you were like, this is what you wanted. You wanted someone that you can work with, that you can collab with, that you had the philosophy that you wanted to build something with somebody, and now you know that there's a possibility that you will never be able to build with this person. And so now you're crowning, your crossing energy, you have just nothing but challenges that you are just looking at all of these challenges. And, even looking at the card, thank you, Spirit, even looking at the card, because this is the Seven of Wands, he has one of the wands in his hand, and then the other ones are in the ground, and he's holding it in a way as if he's trying to attack the problems by himself. Like he's trying to use this one in his hand to kind of chop off the other ones. That, the other ones can be represented as problems that has happened in a relationship. And it's like, Libra, you're taking a stance right now that you are like, okay, fine. If we're not going to do it together, I'm just going to do it myself. And I'm just going to remove all of these problems and all of these struggles and all of these dilemmas and all of these delays. But it's like, you can't do it on your own. Wind is definitely the element of movement, because this is now the second wind sign that Spirit is telling you, you need to stop. Don't move. That in order for things to grow, in order for things to be different, it's two people that have to come together and do this thing. Normally, I go from overall energy to crowning energy, to crossing energy, to crowning energy, to the challenge. But I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the Gemini, that I'm just going straight over to your challenge before I talk about the crowning. Because in your challenge, there you go. You just like Gemini. Gemini had the Knight of Swords, and now you have the Knight of Wands, that you are trying to come in with so much passion and so much energy. But now the question is, what is the other person coming in with? We have to learn that we can only match energy. If the other person is not willing to do anything, then you cannot do this by yourself, Libra. Crowning energy, you have the Ten of Wands. Look at you, once again, working by yourself. Working by yourself. Sad and depressed by yourself. And when you see this all around, Libra is doing everything by themselves. Libra is depressed by himself, sad, sleeping on the couch. It's like not ready to go to, not trying to go to work and all of this other stuff, because you are so down that you're trying to muster up the strength just to do the basic things like getting up and cook, getting up and clean, getting up and doing, basic hygiene, that you are mustering up all of this strength because you keep thinking about a teamwork, a collaboration that has ended, that has moved. And it seemed like in this whole entire thing, you were the one doing all the work. You were the one dealing with the problems. You were the one dealing with the issues. You were the one dealing with everything in this relationship. And it's like, you're overburdened. And I see crying, and so I'm going to assume that there's an ending, but I would not even be surprised if it seemed like this is a relationship that I don't think you're like Gemini. I think with Geminis, it was very clear that theirs was an ending. I think with yours is not an ending, that you are literally suffering in silence in a relationship. That you are really with someone, and you're toiling away, doing everything on your own. Every problem that comes up in the house, you're dealing with. Everything that happens in this relationship, you are carrying it on your own, and you are just keep riding with it, and you're like, oh, that's my energy. That's my energy. It's like, oh, I'm the perfect wife. Oh, I'm the perfect partner. But it's like, no, you're being seen as a fool. You're being taken advantage of. You are allowing this person to use you, and that's why the card at the bottom of the deck, which is what you don't see coming, is reminding you that you need to stay in your power. It's saying that you need to get back into your emperor energy and stop allowing this person to use you, Libra. Libra, you have a good heart, but you are allowing somebody to really use you in this connection. And like always, just like, let's see what Aquarius is going to be, because both Gemini and Libra is all about rushing in when there are so many signs saying that this is not the time to rush in, and that it's not your responsibility to rush in and to fix this. It shouldn't be the person that got done wrong responsibility in order to fix things. Libra and Gemini, get it together. But come on, Aquarius. Thank you, Igun. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Thank you, Ancestors. Thank you, Sarabanda. Thank you, Risha. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Ola Dumaray. Thank you, Ola Room. Thank you, Ola Fee. I know somebody gonna see this video and they're gonna be like, the Orishas is not zodiac. Of course they're not. Orisha divination is completely different. But at the end of the day, when I'm doing readings that divination is tapping into portals, I'm going to call on every last one of my spirit guides to protect me. Because when you do these readings, you tap into people's energy. And if you're not careful, that energy can stick on you. That energy can stay on you even after, you have did divination. And so we want to make sure that we are cleansing ourselves and that we are calling on our team to protect us and give us the messages that we need, but at the same time, just keeping it moving. Oh my gosh, man. Wind signs, we not, like, oh my gosh, we not doing good this month. We are not doing good this month, Wind. I'm like, oh man, these are too many cards. Wind is not, like, we oh my gosh, I hope the other elements are doing good. Why did Spirit just put in my head fire? The fire element, your Aries and your Aries, your Sagittarius and Leo. Maybe one of the fire signs did something to us. Shoot. Because that's all what Spirit just said. Spirit was just like fire. So maybe one of the fire elements like really put us through some stuff. Man. Because Aquarius, you're not. I mean, you are definitely in our family because you're going through the exact same thing. You have the Ten of Wands, which is saying you're burdened, you're overburdened, you're carrying this thing all by yourself, and this is love reading. So this is it's just saying you're handling it all by yourself. Wind is definitely the element of movement. I think that every sign has key things, and wind is the element of movement. That we know how to move and we rule the mind. That we can look at situations and say, okay, this is what needs to be done. And it's like, instead of delegating some of that task to our partners, we're just handling it all ourselves. And I'm telling you now, all of us, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and then the first thing that we're going to say when that person leaves is we're going to say, oh, they used me. Oh, they took my resources. Did they? Did they use you? Or did you give it to them and rob them of the opportunity of reciprocation? Did they do that? Or did you rob them of the opportunity of accountability and responsibility where every single time they went into a tantrum, you said nothing and you apologized when you wasn't in the wrong? And so sometimes when we end these relationships, Spirit really have us thinking, because we can't say, I'm the victim because he cheated on me. I'm the victim because he punched me. I'm the victim because he did this. No. When a relationship ends, you both have fault. And so even if he cheated on you, let's think about other things that happened of why this could have happened. I'm not saying that you need to beat yourself up over things that's out of your control, but it's like we have to think about certain things, and that's why, we're not going to get all the answers in a general reading. Sometimes we need those specific readings that I've sat down with clients, and it's like, okay, you say this, but then look at how much you were working. And it's like, this wasn't something that you had to do. You chose to pick up all this overtime, and you deprived your family and your partner of time that they really needed. And now when they stepped out and replaced you and got what they need, now it's a problem. And so every situation is going to be very specific based on what actually occurred in your relationship. And so I'm not even going to try to dive into the specifics in a general reading. It's just, let's just give you the basic. And the basic is saying that you are overburdened, and you have to ask yourself, why? Why are you so overburdened, Aquarius? Why are you handling all of this on your own, Aquarius? And are you really giving the person an opportunity to do something different? You have the Eight of Cups, which talks about disappointment. It talks about abandonment. It talks about withdrawals. And so there could have definitely been an ending, or something is getting ready to come to an ending. And I thank you, Spirit, because honestly, with this combination, in which I didn't even see it at first, it comes back to what I already said, where it's like being in that mindset of, you used me. You took all of my resources and you did this and you did that, and then you left me. But it's like, who told you to give this person that much money? Who told you to give this person, that much stuff? And it's like, at no point did you allow reciprocation to come in. No point did you say, you know what? I paid for dinner last time, so this time around, I'm going to let you pay for dinner. And accepting where it is. So don't get me wrong, reciprocation is not, completely matching everything. Where if I took you to Red Lobster on the first date, and because that's something that I could afford, if the other person can only afford McDonald's, then let them take you to McDonald's. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the level and the amount of money and stuff they spend. It's about the opportunity of allowing them to reciprocate. If the only thing that their money can afford is McDonald's, then go to McDonald's, find you something to eat, and let reciprocation happen. But this is what Spirit is telling me with you, Aquarius, where it's like you get into these moods where it's kind of like, and it's not going to be for all Aquarius, if it applies, take it. But you get into these moods where it's just like, McDonald's? That's kind of beneath me. And it's like, I know you can't afford, nice things, so I'm just going to pay for this second date too, and we can go to the restaurant of my choice. You just robbed this person of reciprocation. You just programmed this person's mind that every time we go out on a date, that you're going to cover everything because I'm too poor to handle you. We got to watch how we are conditioning the other person. We have to watch how we are robbing the other person of opportunities, because we are the element of movement. Sometimes we want to move so much and so fast that we forget these basic concepts. And it's like we have moved so fast, and then by the time we get to year 5, we'll finally say in our heads, wait a minute, did this person ever say that I loved you? Don't you think you should have thought about that like month 1? Because Aquarius, that's what Spirit is making it seem like, where it's like, I understand that you are depressed and sad, and I want to sympathize with you. I don't want to bring you down when you're already down. But Spirit is really making it seem that you are the type of person that you skipped all these things, and then it's like at the end, it's like, woe me, he used me for my money. But when we sit back and we meditate and we think about this, we understand that I set him up as well as myself up, and I conveyed that I will always pay for this. And so if I conveyed to you that I will always pay for this, then how is he in the wrong for using me for my money when this is something that I willingly did and I willingly conditioned inside of him? Where it's like, Aquarius, you keep allowing all of this stuff to happen, and then you think later, it's like, wait a minute, did he say I love you? Because Aquarius, what Spirit is saying is that you have the beginning stage and then you have the end stage. And it's saying that right now your mind is in the end stage. You will keep saying, he used me for my money. He took advantage of me. He never loved me. And Spirit is saying, what I'm trying to reveal to you is to go back and go to the beginning stage, and that you match every last one of them up. He used me for my money. Then the beginning stage, oh, don't worry, I'm gonna cover everything because you poor and I don't want to go to no McDonald's, so I'm gonna rob you of reciprocation. And Spirit is like, okay, well, now do you see how that happened? Are you gonna make sure that this don't happen in the next relationship? And it's like, oh, he never loved me. He never loved me. You're on this end. But Spirit is like, I want you to go all the way back, and I want you to think about it. Did he ever say, I love you? Did you ever give him the opportunity to love you? Because the only thing you have shown him is a materialistic lifestyle. It wasn't deep, it wasn't intimate, and it never really exposed who you truly are, that this person can get communication, understanding, and trust. And so, Aquarius, yours is all about, Spirit is like, you gotta connect the dots, where it's like, you're saying this woe me at the end, now since things are done, but you gotta go back, and you gotta see, you gotta go back, Aquarius. You know, I'm sorry, I don't wanna hit you when you are already down. Because you're already going through mental anguish and turmoil. But Spirit is saying, in this, there is a lesson that needs to be learned, and the light have to shine. And what it is that you have to watch how you come into connections, because what you convey, people will remember. People will be conditioned to what it is that you convey. Give them the opportunity to love you. Give them the opportunity to reciprocate and move past just a materialistic point of view. Man, that was a lot. Spirit be moving, boy. You have as your crowning energy, you have the Ten of Swords. That's the Nine of Swords. And it's all about inner turmoil, and you have it in reverse. It's all about inner turmoil, secrets, reaching out, and so it's like you're going through a lot of shit. And you have it paired with the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is all about making a head over heart decision. And so it's saying that you got to make a head over heart decision, and that decision is that I'm willing to let go of all of this negative energy. I'm willing to let go of all of this negative energy. Your challenge position, you have the Ace of Wands, which talks about a new beginning. It talks about new ventures. And I think that Ace is in your challenge position is because of what I just said. Your beginnings are key Aquarius, your beginnings are very key. How you convey yourself in the beginning is what's going to be the lasting impression. And so if you make it seem like I don't have to reciprocate, I don't have to take accountability, I don't have to take responsibility, then this person is not. I can promise you that. You have once again, now you have the Eight of Swords, which talks about negative thoughts. You have to watch the things that you think about. Improvement or imprisonment. You have to watch the things that you think about. And then you have it. You have the Five of Wands in reverse, which talks about avoiding conflict. That you could be the type of person that, you know, like I said, it's like, you know, now since you don't want to argue, or, you know, you don't want to, arguments are bound to happen in every relationship. But you are at the point that because you don't want to discuss these things, it's like, okay, whatever, it's done. I was wrong, blah, blah, blah. That's not solving a problem. That's sweeping everything under the rug. And then now you wonder why you're disappointed. Aquarius, you really gotta watch it. Your beginning is everything. Your beginnings is everything. That's the main thing. The avoiding conflicts and stuff like that, you can work that out in time. You know that you have to learn how to communicate with your partner, but the main thing in this reading for you is it's the beginning of the relationship of what you put down as a foundation is key. Because the one thing that I said is that how you keep conditioning, you're conditioning people to think a certain way. And it's just not serving you. It's always going to make it where when you end these connections, you're always going to say, he used me. He never loved me. This and that. And it's just like, you got to go back and ask. You got to go back and ask. You know, you have the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, and the Queen of Pentacles, it talks about being practical. And that's exactly what it is that you need to be. You need to be practical. And part of this being practical, Aquarius, it's your beginnings. Is watch how you condition the other person, because that's what I'm keep getting. You're conditioning people in the worst way possible. And I think that, you know, that McDonald's example is the best that I can give you. Is that, you know, you took this person to Red Lobster on the first date, and now the second date is their turn to take you, and they don't have the money like you. And Red Lobster is not even that expensive, but I mean, it's still the difference between Red Lobster and McDonald's. You know what I mean? So we're going to still roll with this. But now it's their turn to reciprocate, and they can't take you there. That all they can do is grab a burger from McDonald's. Is that you got to learn how to go to McDonald's with a smile on your face. Because when you say, oh no, you know, that's poor people meal, and then you don't go, but you know that that's all they can afford, and then you say, you know what, I got it, you now condition that person, having them to think that they never have to reciprocate in that area. And then when they don't reciprocate in that area, and then the relationship ends, the first thing that you're going to say is that you used me. You used me for a level up. I didn't use you. I tried to give you what it is that I had based on my level, based on my income, and you shamed me and said no. And so because of that, I was under the impression that when it comes to our dates and everything, you got it because you want to be at specific places that I can afford. Man, boy, Spirit be. All right, Spirit. All right, so that's my wind signs. I hope y'all enjoy the reading. Make sure you like, share, and comment. And man, I think I'm gonna do some more love readings. Normally, I don't zero things in to like love, finance, stuff like that. I always do general. But for some reason, Spirit told me to do love and they, woo, they deep.